May pips be upon you. I'm a little under the weather today, uh, but my head is pounding. But I want to put out some information for my subscribers. So here I go. Let's look at CAD Swiss, shall we? Let's do a full breakdown. You see how we're making nothing but lower lows, lower highs for the longest, right? Until recently, starting at in April, price found equilibrium, which means there's as much buyers as there are sellers in the market. And then we had a breakout to the downside, right? Let's take a good look at this. When we have a break of structure, when we have a break of swing lows, we you want to mark them out. This is the low, right? And we broke out here. All right. When you have those breaks, especially if it's a structural break, the lowest low in the structure. Which one am I picking? All right. What you expect is price to return to the impulse. That means the order block that send it down to break this uh to break this low. All right. So you look in the last leg down. You look in this leg to see where that order block might be, and here you'll find it where this bearish engulfing is. This bearish engulfing pattern. Okay. This is a weekly order block. You always go to the last bullish candle before the breakout. All right, but you want to be specific and make sure you choose the valid order block, because a lot of people get confused with, there's an order block here, there's order block there, there's order block there. They say, which one am I supposed to choose in this leg? Because they're all before the break of structure. You go to the one that impulsed price, that pushed price to break that structure. All right, that's the one you want to get to. When you are looking for a valid order block, or you want to make sure it's done something. All right, it can't just be an order block. Like, let's see, you see this order block here. This one, what did it accomplish? Nothing. It didn't accomplish anything other than breaking this short term low. That's something, but not very significant. If it broke this low, now you're talking about something that it accomplished something. All right. This one didn't break any lows. So if I'm going to look for an order block for a price to return to, it doesn't matter what time frame it is. Structure is structure. Price is fractal. You'll see the same price action in the 1 minute as you do in the weekly. I promise you that. All right. So you want to look for an order block like this one, a bearish engulfer that impulses price. And what did it accomplish? It broke this low, it broke that low. Aha, now you're starting to get it. All right. Look at this order block. This one accomplished something. What? This one broke this structure all the way down here. You know, in these order blocks, if price impulse that strongly to break these swing lows, that there are selling orders sitting there in that block. Excuse me. So, um, so you want to get over there. All right. So price broke structure, came up. Here's that order block, that weekly order block we just cited, and price went right to it. And what did it do? It rejected. It started falling. Why? Because there was selling orders here. You know there's selling orders here to be tapped because price impulsed so strongly. So price left this level aggressively. You know there's more there. There's more juice to squeeze in that fruit. Got it? So that's what you want to remember going forward. Now, I'm going to remove this this box on the weekly because we refined it. We this is it's the last bullish candle before the down move, right? You can refine it up to there. Got it? Up to where the opening is violated by the next candle. And you see how well it hit right there. Got it? Now we're going to go down to the weekly and check it out a little closer. There's our weekly order block. Here's the contact with it. We tested it a couple of times before it started to fall. Okay. Now I want you to pay close attention to this. All right. As price is falling, now we're going to track if it's breaking short-term lows, structural lows. You know what I'm saying? This is actually a short-term low because what you want to do is you want to establish what is your trading range. You always go to the high and you always come down to the lowest point of a leg. This is all about legs. All right. The high and low of this leg, everything that happens in between is kind of like what do you call intermediate highs and lows. We call them short-term highs and lows until structure is broken. All right. Now when we talk about structure, we're talking about lower low, lower high, higher low. Uh-oh. We broke structure here, right? So what do we expect? Price to come back and test the order block, that impulse price past that. It's the same process going up as coming down. All right. That's why I have this weekly highlighted. That's why I have this daily highlighted. And what did price do? Price came down and tested this order block and responded. Now it's in another order block. All right. And we're making lower highs. All right. We're making lower highs here and lower lows, breaking short-term lows on the way. What are we expecting? What is a reasonable explanation? This is what I want you to do every so often. If I can just get out of this, okay. Every so often, I want you to take a big the big picture, take in the big picture and say, we're making this was the lower high, this was the lower low, lower high, lower low. We didn't get past this until over here. This is the newest lower low. This is our highest point in this range. All right. We got all of this. So really this is one line down to this, from this lower high to this lower low. And we just made a lower high. What is the reasonable expectation after this? A new lower low, correct? Establish your trading range. And every time you make a new high, a new low, that's your new trading range. And everything that happens in between here and is relatively important, but more important when we break that high or break that new low. Got it? That's how we establish structure. And we want to make sure we understand the framework from the higher time frames in relation to the lower time frame structure. You want to correlate if the uh, the top of the range is reached on the lower time frames. The top of range is reached on the weekly, right? You find this resistance point, and you go to that same point on the hour time frame. You know that price is probably has a high probability of being rejected from that area, especially if it comes up here. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you are correlating between the higher time frame framework in which the lower time frame structure is framed. Got it? Got it. Good. I hope that's not too confusing for you. All right. Now let's go to the daily, and we're going to see we're going to see the structure up close and personal. Now this is where we came in contact with the weekly time frame. the weekly time frame order block, right? Tested again, tested again. We started making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and prices working its way down. We have a trend line, a magic retail trend line. It's been holding and respecting that trend line. All right, price right now has got a bullish candle for the daily. All right, uh, what I'm expecting is price to come up and test the bearish order block here, and the bearish order block up here. There's a 1 hour, and I'm pretty sure price will start to work its way down past this order block, this daily order block, in which it found some buyers. All right, you see how we went to the end of it? I'm pretty sure the next time it's going to pass right through down to this weekly order block. This is the way you mark order flow. Okay, orders are only orders come from supply to demand, from demand to supply, from supply to demand. That's it. All right. And we go from order block to order block. That's the only thing that turns price around. All right. That and filling in imbalances. There's an imbalance here between this wick and this wick. This whole area here is an imbalance, and price likes to go and fill those voids. It always does. See how we had this imbalance coming down? Price went back up, filled it. This one coming down, price went all the way up there, filled it. Sometimes it goes right to the wick, to the pip. Dig what I mean? That's a whole different video, and we can get into that later. But so what do I expect? I expect what price is doing right now, reaching up to that order block. Let's go to the 4 hour, reaching up to that order block here on the 1 hour, which happens to be along this trend line, this magic trend line that has been respected up to this point. So what do I expect? This, a little dithering, and then a new low. I want to see this this swing low being broken, and then we're going to come back up, test that order block that was made, and come back down. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Okay. Hope you learned something from that. I tried to walk you through the process. I probably did a bad job because my head is killing me right now, but I'm hoping that you see an opportunity coming up, because your opportunity is for a short is in this area. This should be your POI. All right, and it'd be a nice swing, in my opinion, to break this low. There's a lot of pips to be made here. All right. I will see you in the next video. I hope you got something out of this. And check out my other videos, one of the two that is on the screen now.